So now let's derive some equations which are actually all known to you, maybe from special relativity. Very simply, actually, the proper time that is known in relativity is actually equal to the modulus of the complex time, because the complex time is split complex. It's actually hyperbolic. Therefore, because of this minus, if you take the modulus, you can just derive from this. You divide here by ti, and therefore instead of x over c square, okay, you will get x square over ti square, which will be the velocity square over z square minus 1. So in the end, you will get the proper time, but you will get it minus for the same reason that we said, because for us the time looks real and the space is imaginary. Why the space looks imaginary for us? Now imagine that you want to think of any segment of space. You need at least 3 moments of time to imagine any small segment of space. Suppose you have a line of A, B. You have to think of A, you have to think of B, and you have to think about any relation between them. For example, how long, how close, etc. Therefore, you need at least 3 moments of time to imagine any portion of space or any segment of space. Of course, normally you need even higher, many moments of time. For example, if you want to imagine an area of space or a sphere or any shape, you need some time. So this means that our time is actually imaginary, and the space is real. So that's why here this minus is there. But it's a reflection of reality. In reality, the space is real and the time is imaginary. But because we are going through time by ourselves, we feel that it is real. Okay, now, actually this negative here is very important, because we will see later that this will be inherited by the velocity, the momentum, and even the energy, and therefore this will allow us to derive the equivalence between inertial mass and gravitational mass. And also it will allow energy to become multidimensional, because, as I said, in our normal physics now, we think of energy as a scalar only because we have one direction of time and we think it's real. However, if you take the different possibilities of time, of the flow of time, 6 inner levels and 1 outer level, at least inner and outer. So we have real and imaginary, and therefore we have real momentum and imaginary momentum, real velocity and imaginary velocity, real energy and imaginary energy, and therefore this can be positive and negative and even multi-dimensional, because the real have more than one level of time, 6 levels of inner time. Now let's move to the main part, which is how to derive the Lorentz factor, and then after that how to derive the mass energy equivalence. So Lorentz factor actually is straightforward, because just by looking at the hyperbolic relation or the split complex relation between the inner and outer. So if you are creating space at the speed of c and moving in the imaginary time at any speed v, therefore the actual velocity will be a combination between these two that are perpendicular in each other, but not normal orthogonal, it's hyperbolic orthogonal. Therefore, the actual velocity will be the square root of c square minus v square, and therefore the gamma, which is the Lorentz factor, is cosine this angle here, which is equal to 1, actually tanh this angle is v over c, so cosine will be 1 over 1 minus beta square, which is the same Lorentz factor that is already known to you.